Hello, 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 and welcome back to Speak English with Class, the podcast where we talk about real life in real English at a speed that actually makes sense for your brain. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. And today we have a topic that every single one of you lives through every single day.
That's right. We are talking about the workday, a typical workday. What do people actually do hour by hour from the moment they wake up to the moment they fall onto the sofa at night?
And before you think, oh, boring, I know what a workday is, I have a workday, wait, because we are not just going to list tasks. We are going to describe them, talk about them, and give you all the English vocabulary you need to talk about your own workday like a fluent speaker.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. A lot of English learners can say, I work from 9 to 5. Great. That's a good start. But can you say how you feel at 7 a.m.? Can you describe what a packed schedule means? Do you know the difference between being busy and being productive?
Those are very different things, by the way. Very, very different things.
We will get into all of that. So grab your coffee or your tea. We don't judge.
I'm a coffee person, firmly, no debate.
And I am a tea person. See, we still get along. That's the magic of this podcast. Okay, let's start at the very beginning of the day. So, the alarm goes off. It is, let's say, 6:30 in the morning. Jake, what happens in your brain at 6:30 a.m.?
Honestly, nothing good. My first instinct, and instinct here means your automatic reaction, what your body does before your brain even starts thinking. My first instinct is to hit snooze.
Oh, the snooze button. For our listeners, to hit snooze means to press the button on your alarm that gives you a few more minutes of sleep, usually 9 minutes, which is never enough.
Never. It is never enough. You wake up 9 minutes later feeling worse, actually. There's a name for that. It's called sleep inertia, when you fall back into a deeper sleep and then wake up mid-cycle. You feel groggy. Groggy, that's a great word. It means tired, slow, not fully awake, like your brain is full of fog.
I love that word, groggy. I feel groggy every Monday morning without exception.
Monday is its own category of groggy.
So let's say it's now 7 a.m. You have officially gotten out of bed. What's the morning routine like? And morning routine means the things you do regularly, in the same order almost every day. Your routine is your personal system.
Right. My morning routine is pretty simple. I splash some water on my face. To splash water means to throw water onto your face quickly, not a full shower, just wake up, face, cold water, done.
That actually works. Cold water is underrated as a wake-up tool.
Then I make coffee, and this is important. I don't grab coffee, I make it. There's a ritual there. A ritual means a special routine that has meaning to you. Like, it's not just coffee, it's the sound of the machine, the smell, Okay, I'm getting emotional about coffee again.
He really does love coffee. For me, the morning routine is a little different. I wake up and the first thing I do is check my phone, which I know, every productivity expert says don't do this.
Every single one.
But I check it anyway. I'm human. I look at messages, I look at emails, and actually, this brings us to a very useful phrase, to get a head start. If you check your emails in the morning before your official work hours begin, you're getting a head start on your day. A head start means beginning something earlier than expected, so you are already ahead when things officially start.
Though some people would argue that checking emails before work is not a head start, it's just free labor.
That is also a valid argument.
Okay, so it's now, let's say 8:30, 9 a.m. The actual workday begins. What does that look like for most people?
Well, it depends very much on whether you work in an office, from home, or somewhere in between, which is called a hybrid arrangement. Hybrid, you probably know this word. It means a mix of two things. A hybrid work schedule means some days in the office, some days at home.
I work hybrid, and honestly, I have very strong opinions about which days should be home days and which days should be office days.
Oh, do share.
Monday, home. Always. You need to ease into the week gently. To ease into something means to enter it slowly and carefully, without shock. You don't run into Monday. You tiptoe. You ease in.
That is a very specific philosophy.
I stand by it. Wednesday, Office, because by Wednesday, you need human contact or you start talking to your plant houses.
I've done that. I'm not ashamed.
Friday, home. Obviously, because Friday has a special energy and you don't want to ruin it with a commute.
Commute, for anyone who doesn't know this word, your commute is the journey you make between your home and your workplace, the act of traveling to work. And in big cities, commutes can be very long, very tiring. My commute used to be 1 hour each way on the underground.
1 hour each way, so 2 hours a day just traveling?
2 hours a day. That is 10 hours a week. I did the maths once and I immediately stopped doing the maths because it was too depressing.
That is a very British thing to do. I calculated how much of my life I'm wasting. Couldn't hope, stopped.
Exactly. Moving on. So you arrive at the office or you sit down at your home desk, and the first thing most people do is look at their to-do list. A to-do list, this is a list of tasks you need to complete, things that need to get done. And the question is, how do you organize that list?
This is where people have very different systems. Some people prioritize. To prioritize means to decide which tasks are most important and do those first. You rank your tasks. Number 1 is the most important. You start there.
And some people do the opposite. They start with the easy tasks first to feel productive, and then work up to the hard ones.
Which productivity coaches call eating the frog. Have you heard this expression?
Tell our listeners.
Eat the frog, it comes from a quote, the idea that if the first thing you do every morning is eat a live frog, then you know that the rest of your day can only get better. So metaphorically, meaning not literally, it's a comparison, eating the frog means doing your worst, most difficult task first thing in the morning.
Get it over with. Don't let it hang over you all day.
Exactly. To hang over you, this is a wonderful phrase. When something hangs over you, it means you haven't done it yet, and it's making you feel anxious or uncomfortable, like a dark cloud following you around. I have a report due Friday, and it's been hanging over me all week.
I have about 17 things hanging over me right now. It's fine.
Same. We're fine.
Okay, so mid-morning, let's say 10:30 a.m. This is usually when the meetings start. Oh, the meetings.
Oh, the meetings.
Now, meetings are a massive part of office life, and there's a famous complaint that many workers share. This meeting could have been an email.
This is practically a cultural movement at this point. There are mugs, there are t-shirts.
There are, and it points to something real. A lot of meetings are not efficient. Efficient means doing something in the best possible way without wasting time or energy. An efficient meeting has a clear agenda. An agenda means a list of things to be discussed. It starts on time, it ends on time, and everyone leaves knowing what they need to do next.
That is a description of maybe 15% of all meetings I have ever attended.
15 is generous.
You're right, 10. The other 90% involve at least one person who joins 5 minutes late, one person who forgot to unmute themselves, and one moment where someone says, let's take this offline, which means let's not discuss this now, let's talk separately later, and then they never actually take it offline.
Take it offline is such a good phrase. And yes, it often means I want to end this conversation politely. But sometimes it is genuine. Sometimes you do need a smaller group to discuss something specific. You take it offline, you have a separate, more focused conversation.
True. I should be more charitable. Some meetings are actually useful.
A few.
A precious few.
So it's now lunchtime, noon, 1 o'clock. This is a critical part of the workday, and I think it's very underappreciated.
The lunch break. And I want to make a point here that is actually important for your health, not just your English. Many people, especially people who are very dizzy or feel pressure at work, skip their lunch break. To skip something means to not do it, to leave it out. You skip a meal, you skip a step, you skip a class.
And skipping your lunch break is very common, but also, research shows, genuinely bad for your concentration in the afternoon. Concentration means your ability to focus your mind on one thing.
If you eat at your desk while answering emails, that is not a lunch break. That is just eating with extra sadness.
Jake, that's actually quite poetic.
I have my moments.
A real lunch break means stepping away. To step away, this is a phrasal verb. It means to physically leave the place you're working, even for a short time. You step away from your desk. You go outside, you eat somewhere different, you have a conversation that has nothing to do with work.
It's called switching off for a moment. To switch off, like switching off a machine, means to stop thinking about work, to mentally rest.
I am terrible at switching off, honestly. I think about work during lunch, during dinner, sometimes in the middle of the night when I wake up at 3 a.m. with a sudden idea.
Oh, the 3 a.m. idea. The most annoying of all ideas because you're not sure if it's a genius idea or a terrible idea and you can't check until morning.
And then in the morning, it's usually, it was fine. It was fine. Not genius, just fine.
The 3 a.m. genius myth. Okay, post-lunch, the afternoon, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. This is, for many people, the most challenging part of the workday.
The afternoon slump. A slump, great word, means a sudden drop in energy, performance, or mood. In the context of the workday, the afternoon slump is that period, usually between 2 and 4 p.m., where your energy just drops. You feel sleepy, you feel slow, you are technically at work, but mentally you are somewhere on a beach.
Scientists actually have an explanation for this. After you eat lunch, your body puts energy into digestion, the process of breaking down food, and your brain gets a little less blood flow, hence sleepy.
In many cultures, Spain for example, or many Latin American countries, there is a traditional afternoon rest called a siesta. Siesta, you might know this word. It means a short sleep or rest in the middle of the day, and it is actually quite scientifically supported.
A 20-minute wrap, not longer, 20 minutes is the magic number, can genuinely restore your alertness. Alertness means the state of being fully awake and mentally sharp.
But in most office environments, if you fall asleep at your desk, it is not called a power nap. It's called a performance review conversation.
Accurate, very accurate.
So what do people do instead? They drink more coffee, they go for a walk, they do a quick, easy task to build momentum. Momentum means forward energy, the feeling of moving forward with things. If you complete a small task, it gives you momentum to tackle. To tackle means to deal with actively, to tackle the bigger tasks.
I usually go make another coffee and pretend I'm being strategic about it.
That counts. That absolutely counts.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, the end of the workday approaches, and here there are two types of people.
Oh yes, two very distinct types.
Type 1, the person who watches the clock. From 4:45 onwards, they are packed up, coat on mentally if not physically, one eye on the door. The moment it hits 5 p.m., gone. Disappeared, like smoke.
And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you work your hours, you go home. That is called healthy boundaries. Boundaries, this is a word you hear a lot now. Boundaries are the limits you set for yourself to protect your time, energy, and well-being. Having work-life boundaries means not letting work eat into your personal time.
Type 2, the person who stays late. Not because they have to, but because they feel guilty leaving, or because they're in the middle of something and they can't stop, or because staying late has somehow become part of their identity.
And there's a word for working excessively, beyond your normal hours, to the point where it affects your health. It's called being a workaholic. Workaholic, it follows the same pattern as alcoholic. It means someone who is addicted to work, who cannot stop working even when they should.
I have been a workaholic. I will be honest about that. And the irony means when the opposite of what you expect happens, the irony is that working more hours does not mean producing better work. After a certain point, your quality drops, you make mistakes, you get diminishing returns. Diminishing returns means the more effort you put in, the less benefit you get out.
That is such an important concept. More hours does not equal more results. It often equals more tired, more stressed, and more errors.
The research is very clear on this, but it is hard to feel it when you're in the middle of a busy week and everything feels urgent.
Urgent, something urgent, needs attention immediately. It cannot wait. Urgent is different from important. Important things matter a lot. Urgent things need to happen now. And here's the trick. Not everything that feels urgent is actually important.
This is getting deep for a Workday episode.
We go where the conversation takes us.
Okay, the workday is over. You are home or you've closed the laptop. What does the wind down look like? To wind down, this is a phrasal verb. It means to gradually relax after a period of activity or stress, like a clock winding down, slowly coming to rest.
For some people, the wind down is exercise, a run, a gym session, a yoga class. The physical activity helps the brain process the stress of the day.
For others, it's cooking dinner, which I actually love because cooking is one of those activities that requires just enough concentration that you can't think about work, but not so much that it's stressful. It's like active rest.
Active rests. I like that phrase. Not passive, not lying on the sofa, but doing something gentle and enjoyable that still gives your brain a break from work stress.
And then there's the sofa, eventually. The sofa claims everyone.
The sofa always wins. You say, I'll just sit for 5 minutes, and then it's an hour later, and you've watched 3 episodes of something and you have no regrets.
Zero regrets. That is called decompressing. To decompress, originally a technical word from pressure, but in everyday English it means to release the tension and stress of the day, to let go, to not think, to just be.
And I think decompressing is genuinely important. We live in a world that glorifies being busy. To glorify means to treat something as wonderful and admirable. Our culture glorifies being busy, but rest is not laziness. Rest is maintenance. You maintain a car, you maintain a building, you need to maintain yourself.
That is well said, genuinely. I want that on a poster.
Rest is maintenance, available on mugs and t-shirts.
Okay, it is time for what we like to call the calm word tour. This is the part of the episode where we slow down, we breathe, and we go through the most important phrases from today one by one, nice and slowly so they really land in your memory.
We'll say each phrase, explain it, and give you an example. Ready? Let's go.
Number 1, morning routine. Your morning routine is the set of things you do every morning in the same order. It's your personal system for starting the day. Example, my morning routine takes about 45 minutes. Shower, breakfast, and a quick walk.
Number 2, to hit snooze. To hit snooze means to press the button on your alarm to get a few more minutes of sleep. Example, I hit snooze 3 times this morning. I was late for everything.
Number 3, groggy. Groggy means tired, slow, and not fully awake, like your brain is wrapped in fog. Example, I always feel groggy on Monday mornings, even after a full night of sleep.
Number 4, to hang over you. When a task or problem hangs over you, it means it's unfinished and making you feel anxious. It follows you like a shadow. Example, I have a presentation on Friday and it's been hanging over me all week.
Number 5, to step away. To step away means to physically or mentally leave your work for a short time, to take a break. Example, I always step away from my desk at lunch, even just for 15 minutes.
Number 6, the afternoon slump. The afternoon slump is that drop in energy that many people feel between 2 and 4 o'clock. Your body slows down, your focus drops. Example, I fight the afternoon slump with a short walk and a glass of water.
Number 7, healthy boundaries. Having healthy boundaries means deciding clearly where work ends and personal life begins, and protecting that line. Example, she has very healthy boundaries. She never answers work emails after 6 p.m.
Number 8, to wind down. To wind down means to gradually relax after a busy or stressful time. Example, after work, I wind down by reading for 30 minutes before dinner.
And number 9, our final phrase today, to decompress. To decompress means to release the stress and tension of the day, to let your mind and body truly rest. Example, I need at least an hour to decompress after a really demanding day at work.
9 beautiful, useful phrases. Say them out loud. Repeat them. Use them. That is how they become yours.
Now, before we go, we have 2 things for you. First, food for thought. This is our little reflection moment for the episode.
Today's food for thought is this. Think about your own workday. Which part of it do you genuinely enjoy? Which part drains your energy? Most people never stop to ask these questions. They just survive the day. But if you can identify what you love and what exhausts you, you can start to build a workday that works for you, not just one you get through.
A workday you survive versus a workday you design. That's a big difference.
Very big.
And second, your listener challenge. Leave a comment below on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you're listening, and tell us, describe your typical workday using at least 3 phrases from today's Calm Word Tour. Tell us, when do you feel groggy? Do you eat the frog or do you avoid it? Do you have healthy boundaries or does work follow you home?
We read every comment. Seriously, we do. And we love seeing how people all over the world describe their days in English. It's one of our favorite things.
Because here's the truth. Your life, your day, your routine, it is interesting. It is worth describing. And every time you describe it in English, you get a little better, a little more fluent, a little more confident.
That's why we're here. That's why you're here.
All right, on that note, thank you so much for spending part of your day with us.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake.
And if you want more real English for real life, go watch our next video. It is waiting for you. Click it, press it, tap it, however you get there.
Just get there. We'll see you there.
See you there. Bye for now.
Bye.